This PC flip did not go according to plan at all. Welcome back to another episode of Flipping PCs until I buy a house. If you're new here, the goal of this series is to put a down payment on a house from the profits that I save up from flipping computers. My down payment goal is at least 15 grand, and in the last episode, we ended up actually selling a computer and we made roughly around 200 bucks in profit. After depositing that into the down payment account, we're sitting at 1700, up 200 bucks from the last episode. Now today's episode is something special. You really get to see what PC flipping is like. We have some ups, we have some downs, and we even make some profit, so stay tuned for the whole episode so you don't miss anything. This video is sponsored by Super CDK. If you've built a gaming PC before, you've probably seen that watermark that's telling you to activate Windows. Or if you flip computers for profit, then you need to activate those builds as well. Instead of overpaying for a retail key, visit Super CDK down below. They have Windows 10 keys for as low as $17 and Windows 11 keys for as low as $22 when you apply the discount code SPLA. Whatever Windows version you end up going with, the discount code will save you at least $5. Once you get the key, activating it is super easy. You just copy and paste it into your window activation settings, click activate, and bam, you got rid of that watermark. Thank you, Super CDK, and be sure to check out their links in the description. We're starting today off in the whipski, so you know what that means. We're on our way to go get another good deal off of Facebook Marketplace. Now, I actually found this deal last night, and to be honest, I did not want to go and get it because it was 40 minutes away. It is a good deal, but I don't know, 40 minutes there and back, it's going to be like an hour and 20. Like, I don't know if that's worth it, but at the same time, I do believe it's worth it. I don't like clipping the mic here, but it is safer to talk and drive. The last time I picked up a Facebook Marketplace deal, he didn't have a box or like a static bag or anything, so it just sat here on my front seat. So I brought a little static bag with me to store the deal in just in case.
I mean, that was all the way back in 2021. So yeah, I just like wiped it down, thought it was going to be an issue. Everything seemed fine, everything in my computer seemed like it.
Deal secured, paid 40 buckaroos. Let me show you what I got. So we got a power cord, $40 for a power cord. No, I'm just joking. Okay, but we actually did get a power cord. We also got a EVGA 500 watt power supply. It is rated 80 plus white. Not the best power supply, but hey, 15 bucks for this isn't bad. Oh, and sorry, I didn't pay 40 buckaroos. I paid 55 buckaroos. The other portion of the 55 bucks is in this bag right here. Oh, and I didn't even need my anti-static bag. The guy had one. I got his GTX 1660. This was listed for 40 bucks. This was also listed on his site, and I just messaged him. I was like, hey, would you do 50 for both? He came back at 55. And I thought to myself, hey, that's still a pretty decent deal. Although this 1660, there's like stuff all over it. And the guy told me he spilled some drink on it probably 2 months back or 2 years back, I think. He said it's been working fine ever since. As far as I know, with my knowledge, it will be perfectly fine. I'll just go home and give it a little alcohol bath, wipe it down, and it should look and work like new. All said and done though, this deal, pretty decent. Driving wise, not the best. When I get home, it'll be like an hour and 20 minutes. So comment down below if you think this deal was worth it. Don't forget your seatbelt. I just made it home. Before we test out this graphics card and the power supply, because we don't know if they work, I want to talk to you about a PC from the last episode. This PC flip did not go according to plan at all. Okay, so as I said, I built this in the last episode, has an i9-9900K, 16 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 2080 Super. It turned out to be a pretty decent build. Looks pretty good, benchmarks went pretty smooth. I listed it for sale, and it also got some pretty good traction on the ad. So what do I mean it's not going according to plan? So one of the first things I noticed about the build, this fan right here, it just wasn't spinning right away, but I also noticed the fan cable was a little loose, so I plugged it back in, and I thought that would fix the problem. Turns out I think it's just a bad fan. Here, let's see if we can replicate the problem. Gonna go turn it on. Oh, what do you know? Turns on freaking first try, and the fan is spinning first try. Oh, there's a little boot loop though. Oh, nope, there's the fan, not spinning. Okay, so now I can't sell this. I'm gonna swap it out in a different case. You're probably thinking, dude, just swap out the fan. One, I don't have an identical RGB fan. And two, I don't want to sell it with a mismatched fan. Mix-matched. So we have a few goals before we test out this deal. I have to take apart this computer, rebuild it, get it relisted in the new case, and then go to my PO box and drop off this case because I'm returning it back to Newegg so they can send me a replacement. I don't want to bore you with taking apart and rebuilding, so I'll see you when it's all done. I don't know if you're interested in this, but I think it'll be kind of cool to see how long it takes me. So there is the time right now. I'm freaking done. And like when I say done, I mean done. I'm pretty freaking annoyed right now. I just clicked publish, so I relisted it. As you can see, the computer's right behind me. But why am I annoyed? Well, if you take a look at the time, a lot of time has passed. I honestly completely forgot when I started. I'll have editor Elijah put how long it took me up on screen right now. But the reason it took me so long is because I had a lot of troubleshooting to do. So as you seen towards the beginning of the video, I mentioned the fan wasn't working, but also the PC was like power booting or loop cycling or whatever. I'm probably saying the wrong words, I'm tired. I first thought it was the cable extensions. Well, I tried booting without the cable extensions, same problem. So then I tried something simple, reseating the RAM, you know? Took it out, put it back in, same problem. Then I tried clearing the CMOS battery, same problem. Then I tried booting from the CPU. Same problem. Then I tried reseating the CPU. Same problem. Then I took a peep underneath the desk. I noticed the power cord was a little bit unplugged. Plugged it in all the way, checked all the connections. Keep in mind, I triple checked all the connections. Either way, same problem. Different power supply, same problem. I even tested this power supply on a power supply tester. Tested with flying colors, so the power supply is not the issue, CPU's not the issue, RAM's not. I don't know. I'm done tinkering with it. I'm done trying to figure out the problem because, to be fair, I don't think there is a problem. It turns on and it stays on and it's able to play games, doesn't crash, benchmarks perfectly, temperatures are perfect. So honestly, I'm not sure what's going on. It might be a setting in the BIOS. I've checked the BIOS tons of times. I reset the BIOS tons of times, but I don't know why it's doing that. I'll turn it on, ramps up the fans, then it turns off, then it'll turn back on and post straight to Windows. Either way, I'm done with it. I still haven't even taken the old case back to the PO box, so let's do that, and I'll come back home and we'll test out that Facebook Marketplace deal. Okay, I just made it home from the post office. Not too much time, but right now I'm about to test these Facebook parts out. Flipping the power switch, and there we go, it's on a power supply tester. Looks to be good. Okay, I already have the GPU set up on a little test bench. If you watched the last episode, you saw I bought this i7-9700F kind of whole motherboard combo, and that's what I'm gonna be testing it on. It's actually what I wanna pair this GPU with as well, once I get all the parts cleaned up. CPU power plugged in, power switch is flipped, and now let's jump these pins. Actually, wait, should probably plug in the DisplayPort cable. Now we can jump the pins. Okay, fans are spinning. There's a monitor if you can see it. Let's go. Thank you for working. Thank you. Gotta turn this off, CPU doesn't have a cooler. Oh, I'm so happy this works, especially after all that troubleshooting that I had to do with the computer. If you can't tell already, I hate troubleshooting. It's like, I love building computers, I love flipping them, but when anything goes wrong, I just hate it. I hate it. Oh well, it's the name of the game. Okay, so as I said when I bought this GPU, the guy had spilled some soda on it, so it is dirty. Power supply is a little bit dusty. And then in the last episode, I bought a lot of parts. Those also need to be cleaned. So let's just clean some parts, get some nice before and afters, and then we'll put this 1660 in a build. Alrighty, I cleaned those graphics cards over the weekend, and now I'm back with a fresh cut. I'm also back with a fresh PC build. Today is a building day. I have at least 3 computers to build, and then we'll benchmark them probably later tonight or tomorrow. So here's the first PC build right here. It's an all white build. Well, basically minus the motherboard and GPU. And we're going no RGB. Psych, there is RGB, it's just the motherboard didn't have the right connector, so I had to order a controller for it, and that will be here on Wednesday. Anyways, the parts that are in this build, I use that i7-9700F combo with the motherboard, the 16GB kit of RAM, and that motherboard has Wi-Fi on it. That combo cost me $75, which was a pretty nice pickup. And for storage, there's 2 NVMe slots on this motherboard, so I filled up one of them with this Samsung OEM drive that I bought in a previous episode for around $30 on Amazon. It's Gen 4 too, which doesn't matter too much for this build, but I guess it'll be nice if the buyer wants to upgrade down the line. And for the case, it's a DIY PC. It's a cube, white one. I bought it without the pre-installed fans for around $53. And of course, I had to buy a pack of those Thermalright ARGB fans for like 13 bucks. And the last exciting part of this build is that GPU, and it's the GTX 1660 that I scored for 40 bucks. And then the final thing is in the build, I added some white cable extensions, added an ID cooling ARGB CPU cooler, and then the power supply is a EVGA 500 watt 80 plus white unit. This build did turn out pretty good. I wish I knew that the motherboard didn't have the right connector for all the RGB fans, but oh well, I'll just have to wait the 2 days. Did, however, get the Windows all installed. I'm getting games on it, so it'll be ready to test, and then we'll list it once we get that RGB controller. Anyways, let's go ahead and build another computer. Okay, here are all the parts for that second build. It's nothing too crazy, but it will make a nice 1080p gaming computer. Starting us off is this motherboard combo here that I picked up for 80 bucks. It's a B450 MSI board with a Ryzen 5 2600. Then of course I'm pairing that with the 16GB kit of RAM. It's clocked at 3200 megahertz. Then we got a 512GB NVMe SSD. This is a Timetech one. It was around $30 on Amazon. Crazy thing about this motherboard combo, I'm pretty sure it was like brand new. The IO shield is still packaged. The little M.2 screw was still packaged, and we even got the motherboard box. And the graphics card for the build, I'm going with this MSI 1660 Super. This was actually pulled out of that $400 iBuyPower pre-built that now has the 2080 Super in it. And then of course I'm using like a 500 watt power supply. I'm going to be throwing in some black cable extensions. And then the case is actually something different. Now I've used this case a handful of times in the past. It's a DIY PC S3 BK ARGB. It's black, ATX form factor, and it comes pre-installed with 3 ARGB fans. It also has an RGB controller in the rear, so we're going to throw another RGB fan in there. Okay, here's the second build. I just got done building it. See if it works. Turns on. Ooh, them RGBs look pretty good. Monitors over here. Let's go. Let's go. It's posting. So as I said earlier, I had 3 computers to build, and that is true. Unfortunately, I used the last of my thermal paste on this build, and I thought I had another tube, but I guess not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and order it, and it should get here at the same time as that ARGB controller for that first computer. Let's go ahead and benchmark those builds. We'll talk about the total cost, the estimated profit, and this one right here is ready to be listed because the RGB is working, and it looks pretty good too. You know what? Good job, Elijah. Good job. It's the same day, all I did was switch my shirt. So that first computer with the i7-9700F and that 1660, it cost me $257.63 to put it together. And honestly, that's one of the best, if not my best $250 computer that I ever built. It offers some serious price to performance. I tested it in all the basic games that I do for my flips. We ran Fortnite, Apex Legends, GTA 5, and Warzone Resurgence. Now, like I said, I can't list the computer quite yet, but at least it will be fully ready to list once I get that RGB controller. And I'll be listing it for 560 bucks, which gives us an estimated profit of $300. Now the second computer that I built with the Ryzen 5 2600 and the 1660 Super, that one cost me $326.04. These two builds are pretty similar in the specs, except this one is a 1660 Super and it's AMD instead of Intel. I tested this one in the same games as the first one. I ran Fortnite at performance mode, Apex Legends at high texture settings, GTA 5 at high settings, and then Warzone Resurgence with the balanced preset. Now, unlike that first build, this one was actually able to be listed, and I'm asking 560 bucks. If it sells for that, then the profit is around 230 bucks. Ladies and gents, we're in the whip, so that means one of two things. We're either getting a deal or selling a computer. I just took a little lunch break at my local Sam's Club, copped a slice of pizza, and while I was doing that, I got a pretty good message. It seems like we might be selling that i9-9900K computer. So that'd be pretty sick. If all goes well, I'll see you later tonight. Well, the time is now later, and yeah, we are selling that computer. I'm actually at the meeting spot right now, and they're probably only a few minutes away. They're here. What's up, man? What's up? Assume you're not Cassidy?
No, she's Cassidy.
Is this for you?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know if you want to... We can kind of take a look at it. It's just super wet now. But here's the power cord. Here's a little bag. It has like extra cables. Is this your first computer?
Yeah, it's her first.
What games are you going to play?
I just need something to run Minecraft with heavy mods on it.
I think this will run Minecraft.
Yeah.
Here, if you want to take this, just so it doesn't get all soaked.
You want me to
Unlock it? Yeah.
Let's go, baby. We finally got some cash. The last few PC sales that I've done, it's all been Venmo. I'm not like complaining because, you know, money is money, but I love to get that cash, baby. So yeah, we got 900 Benjis. I listed it at $875. So I did send them 25 bucks on Venmo's change because I didn't have any cash on me. And then like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I was kind of crying about this computer. I was like troubleshooting it. So I told this buyer, I said, hey, it is used parts, new and used parts. So I will give you a 6-month guarantee. If anything goes bad, I'll replace it. After the 6 months, if it breaks, it's on you. Since it is used, there is new parts and used parts that come with a 6-month guarantee. So if anything goes wrong in those 6 months, I'll replace it for you. And I tried my best to record it, but you probably saw the front. It was full of raindrops, out of focus, and I was on the side of the car. Hopefully the mic picked everything up though. Anyways, if you're watching right now, I want to see a W in the comments for all these Benjis, baby. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Just left my PO box. Got more packages than just that RGB controller. But let's go home, get that computer RGBified, get it listed for sale, and I'll show you what I got in the back of my car. Ooh, there we go. The RGB is working. And this RGB controller did have a little spot to put the reset switch to. So now, there's our little RGB button. Let's go, baby. That thing looks so clean. So our total cost did change a little bit because of the RGB controller. It didn't affect it too much. We're still gonna make a good amount of profit. I'm gonna get this thing listed right now. And then other than these RGB controllers that I picked up from my PO box, we got some new cases, and of course, more deals from eBay, so let's open those up. So this first deal is a pair of Crocs? I sure hope not. Well, definitely not a pair of Crocs. If you watched the last episode, this is a GTX 1070 that I scored on eBay for around $86 with the shipping and taxes. Honestly, this thing looks super freaking clean. Minimal dust. Wow. This GPU is sick. There's like carbon I don't even know. Really cool model from Zotac though. As I open up these other packages, I want to thank the people that donated since the last episode. For those of you that don't know, I do have a donation link, and anyone that donates, their money goes towards the down payment and they get their name on a wall in the new house and a thank you in the video. Sorry in advance for any mispronounced names. First donation is from Abram Villarreal. Came in with a $5 dono. He said, hey there Elijah, just wanted to tell you I love your videos and to keep up the grind because we're all behind you. Thanks for motivating me and always being one of my go-to channels to watch. I really appreciate your work ethic. Well, man, I really appreciate those kind words. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Up next is Osman Elise. They said, I recently built a PC for myself with an i5 13600K and a 3080 Ti. They were on a tight budget, so their question was if they should upgrade to DDR5 RAM or if they should just get 64 gigabytes of DDR4. Well, my question to you is, what do you do on your computer? Do you need that much RAM in the first place? And no, if you already have the DDR4 motherboard, I don't recommend upgrading until you actually upgrade the whole platform. Third donation is from Flynn Stewart. They didn't leave a note, but hey Flynn, if you're watching, I really appreciate the support. Last donation is from Felix Langlos. They said, love the content and you inspired me to get a gaming PC. 1, that's super cool. 2, if you're watching right now, I want to see you comment down below and I want to know the specs of that gaming PC. All the parts work, so I'm super excited about that. Some pretty solid deals right here. These aren't eBay deals, but I bought a 3050. That's for a future video. And then I'm super excited about that. Bought a brand new capture card because I've been seeing a lot of people saying, yo, your game recordings looks like shit. So hopefully we get some better game recordings in the future. So I just stopped at my PO box. Today is the day that thermal paste is supposed to get delivered. However, it's not here yet. So what did I stop here for? Last night, the unexpected happened. I sold a computer. It's that Ryzen 5 2600 with the 1660 Super. But I didn't sell it locally, I sold it online. So yeah, I just packaged it up, shipped it off right now. I don't want to share too much with you about it because I am making a dedicated video about it. Anyways, I'll see you when that thermal paste arrives, and then we'll build that third computer that I wanted to build a couple days ago. I'm stuck at my PO box. My key has been saying like, hey, low battery, and it won't even start now. Messed up. I should have replaced the battery when it kept telling me, hey, low battery, low battery. Let's go. My ex came in clutch. She brought me my spare key, so thank you very much. I'm gonna stop freaking procrastinating and replace this battery so this doesn't happen again. Package acquired. Here we go, baby. Got that thermal paste. 8 grams of that MX4 from Arctic. Low key though, I'm so hungry, so I'm just gonna eat it. Anyways, here's that third computer. I just got done building it. It was super simple. It's just a little Dell optiplex build with a 1050 Ti, 16 gigabytes of RAM, but it's actually for another video, so I can't list it for sale right now. If you're interested in replicating any of the builds that I built in this video, all of the parts are linked down below with affiliate links. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss the next time I upload. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Peace.